From a struggling toy maker to the world's largest toy multinational to date, LEGO has faced ups and downs throughout its lifespan, which tested the brand loyalty and the place it has in the toy and entertainment industry. The history is vast and interesting, which will be the topic of today's video, in which we will be giving our best shot at explaining the history of LEGO. Before we get into the video, if at any point you feel yourself enjoying it, we would greatly appreciate it if you subscribed, and even more if you hit the like button, as it helps fill the empty void of life with numbers on our screen. Talking about an empty void, let's go to Denmark in 1916, where a young man by the name of Ole purchased a woodworking shop, birthing the very start of LEGO. This workshop did, however, much like Halle Berry's acting career, burn down after a period of decent success. After this major setback, Ole then constructed a larger workshop where he and a small group would construct miniature wooden objects such as ladders and ironing boards, as due to the Great Depression at the time, demand was minimal, causing Ole to look down other avenues for a means to make a profit and support his family. The original idea to branch out into toys came from these smaller niche wooden products, inspiring Ole to begin manufacturing wooden toys such as piggy banks, cars, trucks, and houses. Although today, LEGO reaches staggering profits, upwards of $1 billion, in the 1930s they struggled to break even, let alone make profits for reinvestment. This was due to the Great Depression at the time, which was causing significant internal problems in all economies across the globe. This meant that Ole would do some business deals where instead of selling his products for money, he traded for food from farmers who were short on cash. This obviously harmed the profitability of the future titan LEGO would become. However, it shows that in its roots, it was just trying to provide toys accessible to everyone. This, although nice to hear nowadays with a business world full of companies cutting corners just to make an extra buck, is somewhat polarized by the sometimes overwhelming prices of modern-day LEGO sets. After a few more years of struggling for Ole, the company would hold a contest for all the staff that sent them on the path to success. This was in the year of 1934, when Ole challenged the employees to name the company, something that would portray the values and ethos embedded in the toy-making company. Ole eventually chose the name we all know and love today, LEGO. LEGO can loosely be translated in Latin to I assemble. This meaning, however, was only discovered later by the LEGO Group, showing that it perhaps was destiny. Following World War II, plastics became available in Denmark, which, unlike the modern-day use of people shoving it in their bodies, was the start of LEGO's switch to plastic toys. In 1947, LEGO purchased their first set of mini plastic injection molding machines, which helped produce LEGO's own interlocking plastic bricks. The bricks had several round studs on the top and a hollow rectangular bottom, and could be stuck together but not so tightly that they could not be pulled apart. The connecting of the bricks has been termed clutch power, which has been strengthened and developed over time. Although the plastic bricks are instantly recognizable and adored now, back in 1950, the public still preferred toys that were wooden or metal, meaning that LEGO's growth was restricted. The full change to plastic bricks. A second fire hit the LEGO warehouse in 1960, destroying most of the company's wooden products. As a result, it was decided that a full switch to the plastic line was both beneficial and very possible for LEGO. This switch was a turning point for LEGO, as it allowed them to specialize and focus just on the plastic bricks. The years to come sprouted huge LEGO projects, such as the Expert series in 1975, and in 1978, the minifigure was introduced. Between the 60s and the 90s, LEGO worked with the Royal Dutch Shell, which is today controversial, for the always image-clean LEGO, as the company contributes massively to large carbon emissions and other ethical problems. 1989 introduced themes that hold a special place in adults' hearts today, such as castle, pirates, and space. Although these themes were largely popular, in the next few decades, LEGO faced a large and potentially catastrophic decline. Profits had been declining since around 1990, which is likely the cause of LEGO retiring many of their designers from the golden age of the 70s. And by 1997, the Pirates line, which had gone through a strong run, was killed off, much like pretty much every girlfriend Spider-Man has had. However, this depression was eventually broken out of, as in 1999, LEGO acquired the intellectual property to brands like Star Wars and Harry Potter, which brought back demand as fans of these films could relive the experience through these sets. Then, from the early 2000s, LEGO has managed to grow and become the largest toy seller through the capture of customers' wants and needs in the forms of these countless themes it now owns and expands on to this day. LEGO has also had massive success on other websites, such as YouTube, with hundreds of channels with some over millions of views, proving that the demand is still high for all content to do with the famous bricks. From people reviewing sets to people showing off their incredible builds, which put some modern architecture to shame. We believe that LEGO will continue to grow in the coming years, as it is a toy so simple, yet so enjoyable for the masses. And with that, our brief history of LEGO is concluded. If you have any suggestions or recommendations of what company, game, or period of history you want covered in another video, leave a comment down below, and we'll make sure it'll happen. With that, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and hopefully we will see you again soon.